Recording has started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Team Elevate with Money Mondays with Michael Huggins. A little bit about Michael. I've known Michael for a couple of years now, and he is a person that I am so grateful to have in my life. He has provided me with a lot of training, a lot of guidance, and I'm sure that all of you can appreciate all he does for us. Before Renatus, he lived in his girlfriend's mother's basement, frustrated, living paycheck to paycheck, working 2 jobs, drowning in student debt, which I can appreciate in there myself, riding his brother's bike to work because he couldn't even afford a card himself or even his own bike. He knew he needed to make a change, so he started looking for other income opportunities, learned about real estate investing, and found Renata's. Michael stayed up late to watch his classes and did not make excuses. And within 9 months, completed his first short sale. Soon after, he completed another short sale and was in position to quit both of his jobs to focus solely on Renata's. Fast forward to today, Michael is a national leader and is on the PAC President's Advisory Council. And it was announced that he hit, now this is not typical, hit the $3 million mark. So that was announced at the leadership training this weekend. So congratulations, Michael. So he continues to earn multiple 7 figures income with Renata's and has completed numerous real estate transactions. So we're very fortunate to spend an hour with Michael this morning. And good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Diana. Thank you so much. What's up, Team Renatus? Good to see all of you. Welcome to the call. Happy you're here. What a fun weekend we had. And yes, we just barely crossed the $3 million earned. So triple mill. Who would have thought? Yeah. Yeah, I went and did some math because Bob was asking how long it took. And actually we earned our most recent $1 million in about 17 months. So what would that be like for you guys to do? 17 months, $1 million. Would that be all right? You got to work hard. You got to talk to a lot of people. You got to smile and dial. You got to show up. You got to probably lose a little bit of sleep and your ego. But I think you can all do it. I did some more math earlier, and based off of how much real estate training people are buying in this country and how many people are on this call, all of us could easily make $1 million over the next year and still not even dent the budget that America has for online learning, e-learning. There's so much opportunity out there. We have the best training, the best product, the best price. I keep talking to people and they're telling me what they're spending or what they've been pitched in the past compared to what we have to offer, and we're still the best. So what can we do to take our game to the next level? One thing is, when we're talking to people, we have to make sure that our tonality is on point. How many of you, since I brought it up last week, have started listening to Straight Line Persuasion? Straight Line? That's right, baby. Renatus rocks. How many of you started Straight Line Persuasion? Okay, awesome. Good, yes. Tamara, Billy, Rhonda, Wanda, Miri, James, Gilda, Anna, Sukrit, Megan, Estherine, Frank, Deborah, awesome. Alvin, Frank, get on it. Yes, I just yelled at you. Get on it. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Through number 7. Great stuff, Miri. Isn't it mind-blowing all the steps that we could have been doing all these years? I mean, like, oh, man. Okay, Naisa's got distracted. That's all right, man. Pick it up this week. Okay, awesome. Christy, Bobby, Bilal, Grace, you guys got to listen to it. Hira, Sandra. This is our next level because, perfect, because we don't have as much magic without being in these giant groups of 100, 200, 500 people, or a customer just walks in and goes, wow, okay, I'm in. They would overlook certain things that we would do. And now being on the phone, since they can't see that, they're not overlooking that stuff. So we definitely have to be on our A game when it comes to being on the phone. And one of those things is mastering tonality. And I know a lot of people have just started it. Well, chapter 3 in straight line persuasion is tonality. And one of the things he talks about in there, and I'm going to let the rest of you get caught up so next week we can have a more in-depth discussion. But he talks about how reading a script, even though it's a script, you cannot read it word for word. And he says things like, if you were talking to someone and they said, how's it going today? Versus, how is it going today? Yes, those are the right words. Technically, those are the words on the script, but nobody talks like that. And so if you were to talk like that, then they know you're reading a script, you're an amateur, no one wants to talk to you, and they hang up. Would you like to come and watch a webinar that I have for you? We can't be talking like that. So tonality is a major key. He also talks about looping, talks about the 310s, which I brought up on the weekend call. I'm really excited for the rest of you to get into this straight line persuasion class. I'm working on some behind the scenes stuff. That's all I can say for now. But just, trust me, you want to have finished the 10 lessons in the straight line. And if you can, print off the PDF. For the rest of you, I know you guys may be looking at the book and you're like, what the hell? This is kind of jumbled. Well, I found the PDF. Someone like copied and pasted the PDF into a Word doc, and that didn't translate well. So let me get you the PDF version so you guys can follow along with the workbooks, because we're going to start making some scripts. This is really what it comes down to. We have to be in control of the words that are coming out of our mouth. We got to master tonality. Yeah, you talked about logical certainty versus emotional certainty. Talked about yeah, there we go. We talked about whispering, using secret tone. Oh yeah, perfect. Action book. Here we go. Okay, so let me get the link here, share, copy link. And drop it in the chat. All right, so everyone's gonna need this link here so you can work on the PDF. You can start making our own scripts. There's a little script builder exercise in there also. And yes, you definitely can send your recording of intensives to your guests. I don't know why you couldn't have in the past. It doesn't make any sense. We're trying to sell our training, right? We're trying to sell online training, and one of the pitches is that it's online 24/7 on demand. So then if we say, oh, you didn't come to this Saturday's thing, you can't buy our training, that's stupid. One of the beauties of the program is that they can watch it on demand 24/7. So yeah, if they were at the lake this Saturday, that's fine. Make them watch it on Sunday or Monday and follow up and sell it to them on Tuesday. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. All right, so everyone sees the link in the chat. I'll drop it in there one more time just in case. Okay, so one of the most important things about making your phone calls this week, and yeah, for those of you who don't have an intensive recording, well, you can, if I understand correctly, you can still hop on, pay the $50 and get the recording and then start marketing it. But you don't need to. We have plenty of other content. One thing that's been working very well for us lately is going through and adding our guests to the Real Estate Investors United group, our Facebook group, and then doing our ad tag message with our private chat, and then doing our three-way calls. Christy, I see your hand raised. Are you doing that on purpose? If you got a question, come off of mute. I don't see your audio connected. I don't know how you would do that. Okay. There you go. So do you have a question, Christy? Just pushing buttons for fun? That's okay. All right, well, if you do have a question, raise your hand again, or I can unmute you. You can send me a chat. Okay. Cool. Okay, so Pink Spoon. I know it's been a while, but how many of you have been to Baskin Robbins? Who's been to Baskin Robbins before? 31 flavors? Okay. So when you go in there, do they say you need to buy something before we let you try it? No, that's just silly. They got a million little pink spoons. And they say, what would you like? What would you like? What would you like? Ooh, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. After what? 1, 2, 3, 4, some of you crazy people, 5, 6 different taste tests. You end up buying something, right? Because you finally got to taste it. So our customers want the same thing. They want to taste it. And depending on their drive is what they're going to want to taste. If they're relators, validators, they want to hear a bunch of testimonials. If they're executives or intellects, they want to see a system. If they're directors, they want to have some different things highlighted about how it's on demand, it's 24/7, it's lifetime. They want to see, well, basically everyone wants to see testimonials. It's just which testimonials. Nancy, the group is called Real Estate Investors United. I will grab the link for that too, but there's a certain way I want you to use it. I mean, maybe we'll switch to the whiteboard to make sure everyone's using it correctly. So either use my group or you make your own. I don't care. Either way, sharing is caring. We're here to take care of each other. Let me get my handy dandy notebook. Okay. Now the whole idea behind the group is to give them a sample. They want a taste test. They want a pink spoon. They want a flavor. They want a test drive. Pink spoon. Okay, so the group is called Real Estate Investors United. I'm just abbreviating it. It is not REI. It is spelled out. Real Estate Investors United. It's in the chat. Okay, just so you know, There are no posts. You cannot make a post. We turned off all of the abilities for you guys to make posts because that's not what this is about. So no posting. Don't try. Can't do it anyway. The idea is it's ATM. ATM. Now, what does ATM stand for in America? Not in Renatus, in America. When people think of ATM, what do they think? They think straight up cash. Don't you just need to run to the ATM? Yeah, go to the ATM. Now, in our game, ATM is add, tag, message. Now, I realize that maybe we didn't make it as clear as it needed to be in the last few times we talked about it, so we're talking about it again. Let's make it clear. One thing that would definitely help all of you and me to only have to say things one time is phone on airplane mode. All other tabs closed on your computer, and pay attention. But you know what? I'm in the game of repeating myself. I have been for the last 10 years, so it's all good. I understand some of you don't need it to be repeated, and some of you need it 10 times. Some of you I can just like give you a look and you remember. And some of you I need to whisper, some of you I need to yell, and some of you I need to bonk on your head. Whatever, I'm here to help. All right, that's what a coach does. Okay, the add part. Add them to the group. Add them to this group. Okay, because in this group, we have 3 units. So you need to semi-coach your person through what you want them to do. Just say, hey, look, there's 3 units. I want you to watch the first one. The first one is the BIF system. There's 3 videos. Actually, there's 4 videos in unit number 1. BIF plus Bob. Bob Snyder talks about what is Renatus. So what you're going to do is you add them to the group. Say, hey, I got a lot of information. It works way better if you watch it instead of me spending an hour telling you about it over the phone. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, great. You're on Facebook? Yes. Okay, great. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to add you to my group. So while you're on the phone with them, if you want it to happen fast, do it while you're on the phone with them. You could say, hey, after we hang up, I'll send you an invite, and then they get distracted, and then you say, hey, did you watch that video? And they go, what are you talking about? You say, oh, I tried to add you to a group. And you go, oh, and they say, oh, I forgot. Aren't you tired of that? So instead, while you're on the phone, add them to the group. It takes 1 minute. Add them to the group. Then you say, I'm going to tag you in unit 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't matter. Unit 2 is instructor bios. So leading up to the Chris Wilson intensive, when I would add my guests to the group, I would tag them in the Chris Wilson video where he introduces himself and talks about his classes. Well, now we're getting ready for Brian Sump. Right, September 26th. So if you're talking to your customer and they want to know, and you're bragging about Mark Kohler, or you're bragging about Matt Sorensen, or you're bragging, whatever instructor you're bragging about, then also tag them in the instructor bio. And then number 3 is student stories. So if you're talking and you're sharing a story and you want them to see more stories, and they are one of those people that just loves to see stories, fantastic. Then tag them in multiple things. So it just hits that little bell, hits their phone, hits a little icon that says, hey, there's stuff you should be watching. Okay. You guys with me so far? Oh, I see the chat. I see the chat. Let's do this. Okay. Bilal says he's having trouble tagging people. Every once in a while, depends on the person, they've made their settings where they're untaggable. Okay, no big deal. If they're untaggable, then you just need to coach them and say, hey, these are the videos I want you to watch. And if you're on the phone with them, and then they're either on their phone through the Facebook app or they're on their laptop watching it, then you can make sure that they're in the right spot for the videos. Okay. Tamara says locking. How are you locking people? You mean protecting, locking them to you? So there's what I encourage people to do is either make your own calendar link, make a calendar event, okay, and just do a luncheon on Sunday. I would like to see 100 luncheons on Sunday where everybody's adding their group, adding their guests to it. And once you see that your guest has watched it, you confirm they've watched it, then you check them in. The other way is the honor system. When you add someone to the group, as an admin or a moderator, we can see every person who's added someone. Okay. So if there ever becomes an issue in the future, we can just go back to the Facebook group and be like, oh no, Tamara added that person, not Steve. So Steve, not your sale. I don't care if it's been more than 30 days. Tamara added that person 9 months ago. It's Tamara's person. Hello, you can see the list. Right, so because we have that permanent record of who's been adding who to the group, we do have that record there. So if you want to get the 30-day protection, you're going to have to create a calendar event. The easiest way would be a luncheon. Put it on Sunday so it's not getting in the way of other things. And then make sure that they watch it and then check them in. If they don't watch it, don't check them in. Any questions about adding calendar events?
Yeah, Michael, this is Alvin.
What's up, Alvin?
Oh, how you doing today?
Loving life.
That's great. I'm just kind of confused on the luncheon part. So will we register them for the luncheon before we add them to the group?
I don't care.
Okay.
Before, around the same time.
Okay. But what I'm saying is then they would probably get an email from the system, but we just need to let them know that that's how we register them. They'll probably get an email from the system for Sunday.
They will only get an email if you have the campaign setting turned on.
Okay.
Emails will only go out if campaign is turned on. So when you're adding a lead and you're just putting the bare minimum is just name, email, and phone number, and then you can register, or you can add them to your lead list. But also in that big sheet of you can put their address, you can put where you got the lead. There's another drop down that asks you if you want to put them in the campaign. If you leave that blank, then no emails will go out. If they're in the campaign, then and then they get checked in, or they don't get checked in, or they miss something, or they don't miss something, my understanding is no emails go out. Unless someone else is more informed, that is my understanding.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Okay, you bet. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. But I will confirm that on the PAT call here this morning. Now, what are the requirements to be able to add an event to the calendar? What are the requirements to be able to add an event to the calendar? This is not a trick question. Okay,
Has to be an
active
ICM.
ICM.
that's it.
That's it, yeah.
Have to be an active ICM.
Yeah.
You're an active ICM. You can add things to the calendar. Okay, now if you just pick the default descriptions, then it can be up really quick. If you want to make a custom one and you're changing the description, you're putting all these things in, then it has to be corporate approved based off your description. So if you need something up quick, just use the default. And I think the default luncheon one is easy enough. Okay. Now, real quick, what does the I in ICM stand for?
Independent.
Independent.
Independent. Yes. So what that means to me is that you don't need anyone's permission to go out there and make some freaking money, to talk to guests, to book them, to run events. Scott is not the boss. I am not the boss. Bob Tierney is not the boss. There's no boss. If you're sitting around waiting for a boss, you're going to be broke. That's not how this works. The only reason Scott to where he got, or James did, or I did, or Diana did, or anybody did, is because they took action, they talked to guests. If something didn't work for their schedule that was already on the calendar, then they made something that fit for them. So too many of you have this lid over your head, this invisible lid, and you keep running up against it. You keep smacking your head against it, but you put the lid there, take it off. There's so much more possibilities for you. Okay? Nobody, trust me, nobody wants a team of dependent contracted marketers. Would you like 100 dependent contracted marketers? No, nobody wants that. We want independent contracted marketers. Oh my goodness, that's just too funny. I cracked myself up. Independiente. Okay. So let's make sure we're acting like we're independent business owners. We could do this. All right, back to our game here. Pink spoon. Our customers are hungry. They got a sweet tooth. We got the goodies. Let's give it to them. All righty. Okay, so we understand now the add tag message. Just in case we don't, I'm quickly going to switch my screen so everybody can see it. Oh, it's freaking out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so here we go. This one, and share. Bing. All right, everyone can see this? All right, now I'm not typical, right? Most Americans won't let 22 dingies on their bell go unlooked. But I don't care. I don't look. I don't care. Okay. But if you tag someone, little bell is gonna go, holy crap, I gotta do something. I gotta look. And so they'll go look. What you're gonna do here, if you come into units, so unit 1 is the 13-minute overview, deeper dive, CEO message, and next step. Unit 2 is meet the instructors. Brian Sump is coming up next. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to tag someone right now in it. Let's see. Did I add Brock already to this? I did. Brock. Nice chatting with you over the weekend. Just a heads up. Next intensive is with this amazing investor. September 26th. Mark your calendar. Calendart. All right, so now I hit enter, bing, and the wonderful internet goes, hey Brock, you just got tagged in something. And he's gonna go, what did I get tagged in? And he's gonna come and watch this video. Or at least that's the hope, right? We can't control everybody, but that's the hope. That's what's going on here. Okay. Cool. So Crete tag somebody. Luke tags, Dane tags somebody. Crete tags somebody else. Crete's on a roll. Okay, so there's our instructor bios in Unit 2. Más preguntas? September 19th. I think you're making that up, Megan. It's not like you. Maybe I'm making something up. All right, I know where to find it. Stand by.
I don't know. I have 26.
You got the 26 down?
Yes.
Okay.
Because our Super Saturday here in Chicago is not until the 12th because of the holiday.
Makes sense to me. Okay. Cool. 113 days until December 15th, which is the last day to put orders in this year. So if you guys just do an essentials a day, you'll make an extra 113 grand. If you do a combo a day, you make an extra 1,130,000. Anywhere in between. And I can assure you, our customers have the money to buy what we are selling. Let's just double check real quick. Double checking, double check. How about do. Here we go. Septiembre. 26. Okay, so we're gonna be talking short sales. Where's the opportunity for short sales? Short sales never went away. People just got interested in other strategies. But each strategy has its spotlight as time goes on, and things ebb and flow. We're all on the same page now. Unless this is wrong, it's the 26th. Okay, last part of our process here, and this is what makes it easier for to control the conversation. This is what we want. We want to control the conversation. The message. The message needs to be a three-way. Okay, it needs to be voice, which is another reason why you need to master tonality and not, hello, Bill, this is nice to talk to you, and I'm here to introduce you to Michael. He is a great guy, and he has done a lot of deals, and he will help us do more deals. I'd like you to meet him. Nobody's gonna listen to that. So make sure your voice is on point. You need logical certainty. You need reasonable guy or gal. These types of tonalities. Okay, so make sure your tone is on point when you do the voice message. And so three-way. Okay, and edify and introduce. So if you're doing it with me, you're going to tell that person what you like about me, and then you're going to tell me what you like about that person, and give us a space to connect. If we were at an event, this is all this is. If we were at an event and you wanted me to talk to your guest, what the hell would you say? Say, hey guest, come over here. Hey, this is Michael. Michael, I'd like you to meet Bill. Hey Bill, by the way, Michael's done this. And Michael, Bill's really interested in this. And then I would be able to say, hi, Bill, nice to meet you. What would you like best about what you saw? Or, hey, let's continue talking. Why don't we schedule time to dive deeper into this conversation? Right? That's what we would do at a live event. So you're going to do that same thing with the message. A three-way. You could say things like, hey, Michael, this is Bill. I tagged Bill in a couple of your videos. I'm excited for him to achieve his dreams, get out of debt, use the process that we have here to help so many people. And Bill, Michael's a fantastic investor. He started out broke as a joke, and now look at him. He's doing what he wants, when he wants, where he wants. Use the system, follow the game plan, and I'm excited to show you more of our system. Then I'll take it over. I'll say, oh, thanks, Fred. Blah, blah, blah. Here's what I like about Fred. Hey, Joe, I want to meet you. And why don't we schedule a call? Now, I've already told all of you, so we'll see if you did it. But then the next thing is schedule a call. And the easiest way for me to get calls scheduled is a Calendly link. Even when it's not guests, it's my team members. I'm trying to get calls with my team members. I say, here's my link, pick a time. Instead of going, does Tuesday at 3 work? Oh, no. How about Thursday at 4? Oh, no. How about none of that? Just look at my calendar. If you got a Calendly link, great. Send it to me and I'll pick a time. Everybody, every one of you, if you are going to be what we call an independent contracted marketer, one thing is you have control over your calendar. Who already has a Calendly link or something along those lines? A meet me, a join me, a book me. Okay, Megan does. Diana does. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Estherine does. Glenn does. Naisis does. James does. So I got 6 of you. We got 92 folks on the call. We're going to have a bunch of people catch the recording. Okay. Charlene does. Sherry does. Anna does. Tom and Shelly, they both do. Fantastic. Tim does. Okay, the rest of you, get a Calendly link. It's free. Rick has one. Get Calendly. It's free. It raises your professionalism. Pete, go to calendly.com, create an account, fill out your schedule, and then when people want to talk to you, send them your Calendly link and they can book a 15, you can customize it, a 10-minute call, a 15-minute slot, a 25-minute slot, 40-minute slot, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I don't care. Calendly. 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 There we go. Those of you not watching the chat, it's kind of funny. Calendly.com. Simple. You can use Acuity. You all's got Acuity. Fine. I like Calendly because years ago, one of my coaches sent me a Calendly link, and then I was like, "Ooh, I like this," and I went and got one. Okay. Perfect. So if you have a Calendly link, then in the add tag message, then I can say, "Hey, you know what? Diana, thank you for introducing me to your friend Susie. Will you please send Susie my Calendly link so we can schedule a call? I'd love to get to know you guys better. So let's schedule a time and we can have a little mastermind session about this." A few people were telling me, yeah, I messaged my guest. I've been messaging them and nothing's happening. And what they were doing was they were creating a Facebook event and then putting a link to that event as a private message. Don't do that. That's not what we're talking about with this ATM thing. I mean, you could, but what we're trying to do is create a 3-way, right? If you were at an event and you brought your guest over to me and you introduced me to that person and I said hello, what are the chances of them saying hello back? Pretty high. This is why we're doing it. We're engaging in conversations so that people keep asking questions and we can keep showing them stuff. Okay. So, how many of you okay, so we got 356 people. That's not bad, but we're behind the game. Remember what we said last week? How many people we were going to be up to in 4 weeks? We were going to add 1,000 people. So we were at 295, if I remember correctly. Was it 295 or was it 255? Bilal, I said no event. Don't do that. The reason why we have a real estate Estate Investors United Facebook group is so the videos are on demand 24/7. They can watch them whenever. That's why we're adding them to that group. So, and that's what they're going to buy. They're going to buy on demand 24/7 education. So if then you make an event, and if something comes up and it prevents them from going to the event, then they go, I missed it. The more important thing is that they watch the videos that they're already made live there for them to watch. Okay, so just add them to the group. Now we have 356. We need 900 more people in the next 3 weeks. It means we need 300 a week. There's 100 of you on the call. So that means if each of you add 3 people a week.
1,000.
That's right. We need to add 1,000 more from last week. And we were at a little over 250 last week. Now we're at 350. So we need 900 more. So with 100 of you on the call, and we got 3 weeks, if each of you add 9 people over the next 3 weeks, there'll be another 1,000 people in here. Can you add 9 people over the next 21 days? Okay. So Jess says, how do we confirm attendance after watching? Jess, you call them. And if you don't have their number, the Messenger app will let you call them. Okay, they're already on their phone, they're already on Facebook. You just hit the call icon on the top in the Messenger and you can make calls. You can make 3-way calls, 10-way calls, it doesn't matter. With Renatus, okay, welcome back to the call. Let me switch back to our drawing. I got just 1 minute and then we gotta go. So to answer Jess's question and Nancy at the same time. You create a calendar event. If I'm your 5-star, you can use mine. If you're someone else's 5-star, you should create one and then let them know, let's work as a team. Create a calendar event. An easy to do one would be a luncheon on a Sunday. After you've confirmed that they watched it, since you are in control of the event, then you would go back in and you would check them in. Cool? Cool, cool, cool.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sorry, I was asking about the link for the luncheon. You have to specify if you choose an online event, what link do you use? I was just creating a luncheon right now as we were talking.
Okay.
And it says on like specify your event. I chose online event, and it was requiring me to use a link for the event.
For a luncheon?
Correct.
If he put it online, yes.
Yeah, so don't pick the online.
Just do live.
Just do live.
Okay, thank you very much.
You got it. All right, things are happening. It is time to take our game to the next level. So what I'm hearing from you guys is you're all going to get your Calendly links. You're going to add people to the group. You're going to tag them. We're going to get up to 1,300 folks by 3 weeks from now. And you're going to keep building for the Brian Sump Intensive, and you're going to give them that pink spoon. You're going to give them a taste. Okay. So here's how we're going to end it. self-confidence formula. So if you got yours, follow along. First, I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I fully realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the power of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object or position I desire. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim, and I will always work until I develop sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that wealth or position can long endure when built upon truth and justice. I will engage only in transactions that benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve them. I have eliminated hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism, and I have developed a love for all of humanity. For I know that a positive attitude towards others will always bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. There we go. All right, folks. Go after it like you mean it. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody. Diana, you still have the host control, so I'm going to let you end this. Take care, everyone.
Bye.